This is a great cast, don't you think? Yeah. I think it's an incredible cast, and I'm super curious to see what Matt and the team are going to do. And Zoe Kravitz, whom I adore.
She's a great choice.
Yeah. Her heart. Her heart is her biggest weapon, but it can be the thing that makes it hard for her to make the right decision sometimes. I think that everything that she stands for is something that is so relevant. She's all about love and hope and compassion and empathy and peace. And this is something that not just for women, but for all of us, it's just a universal thing that everyone wants to be able to experience and have in their lives.
So tell me a little bit about, working with Chris. What's something about him that surprised you, or that you think that a lot of people may not know about him?
I don't know, we laugh so much all the time, like literally, and I'm the easiest to break. I'm super easy to get to laugh. He literally calls me Giggles Gadot.
Really, she is truly what you see is what you get. That kind of bubbly, bright, loving, kind, curious person is really who Gal is. It's not like an act. And I was just continually blown away on the first and even more in the second. She's a mother of 2 young kids. She's working 18-hour days. She's doing incredible stunts. She never complains. She's never late to set, ever.
How different is Gal from the first to the second movie, and how different is Wonder Woman?
Wow, that's a very good question. I am different I think that in the first, well, there's a few different things. One, and I'm going to be very candid with you. One was Wonder Woman, the first movie, was my very first solo movie. And when I was told I'm going to do that, I was very psyched and excited, but also I felt that, oh my God, when will they call my bluff and realize that I'm not a real actress?
Oh.
And then I felt like a little girl that was told she needs to climb up the Kilimanjaro mountain, and how am I gonna do that? But eventually, and I was super happy to be there, and I did everything, and it just happened. Thankfully, I had a great partner. On the second one, I came with more confident, even though you're always exploring and searching and have your different, insecurities, we'll call it. But I knew what I was getting myself into. I was much more involved creatively, so I also knew what we want to do. And the whole dynamic felt like a second home. Like, we were talking over the phone when we were back in LA before we shot this movie. And we said that, the studios where we shoot this movie in London, it feels like a second home. Set feels like a second home for us. So it was really great in the terms of coming back, shooting this character, getting to tell her story in a whole different way all over again and recreate, the moments that we had before and creating many other new moments, and getting to work with people whom I really deeply love. So that was...
Okay, I gotta ask, so Barbara in the film, she's surprised to learn that Diana knows Latin. So I'm curious, Patty and Gal, what is a secret hidden talent that you gals have that folks at home might be surprised to learn?
We can all work really, really well on zero amount of sleep.
Yeah.
Is that a talent?
I'll tell you one thing that people wouldn't know about this whole cast is how great they are as people and how generous they are to each other. And one of the funnest things about shooting this movie is that all of the time when they would be doing takes with each other, they would stop and then say, they were so great, and be talking about the other person's performance. And then when they saw the film, most of them saw it together, and they called Gal and I, and everybody was just talking about the other person's performance. And I was like, I feel so grateful to be working with a group of people who are real friends and admirers, but so generous to each other.
You were born, I think, in 1985. So in doing the movie, as Patty's sticking in all these 80s things that we grew up with, was there something that you actually wish maybe you were a little older so you could have enjoyed this thing a little bit more?
Probably the arcades, because it was so big. And I remember even in the mall that we dressed, because we were shooting in Virginia, and it was like an abandoned mall, and we completely dressed it with stores, and the stores were dressed to the T. So we also had an arcade there that all of us went to play with in between takes, which was awesome. So I would say the arcades.
What was your game of choice?
I'm so lousy in that. Pac-Man. I would stick to Pac-Man. Angrier? Why would she be angrier? No, she loves mankind. This is her calling. This is her goal, to be in the men's world and try and help as much as she can to humankind. She is a bit lonely because she lost some of her friends along the way, but she's doing what she knows she needs to do. And now we're gonna see something incredibly crazy is about to happen to her.
Oh, I do a film podcast, and we were lucky enough to have Patty Jenkins on the show earlier this week, and we talked about this scene. I'm going to refer to it out of context as the Christmas scene. But one thing I did notice in the scene was your husband and your daughter in the sequence, and Patty was saying that her son was there as well. So what did that mean to have your husband and children in the film?
It meant a lot, and especially in that very special scene. I have two daughters. Both of them appeared. My oldest one appeared with Ace, with Patty's son, and then my youngest one, whom I was pregnant with during the reshoots for Wonder Woman, the first one, was there with my husband. But, you know, this movie is more than just a movie for us, for me, for Patty. It completely changed my life, and like the amount of labor and thought and emotions that we put into the movie is like it's a lot, and I couldn't have done my movie without the support of my amazing family, and to have them captured in the film with me, because they are a part of it, meant a lot, and it's an amazing souvenir that we will forever cherish.